205 kilohertz in the 19-meter band. Coming up next is DXers Diary. This is KTWR, Aganya, Guam, where hope knows no barriers.
Hello and welcome to DXers Diary, your 5-minute weekly DX digest, produced and presented for Transworld Radio by your friend Arun Kumar Narasimhan from Chennai in India. KTWR has been broadcasting this show every Sunday in 15205 kHz from 1500 hours Coordinated Universal Time as part of its DRM block. As radio hobbies, DXers and shortwave radio listeners, you all know the role of sunspot number, SFI forecast, A index plays in radio broadcasting and listening. Taking this into consideration, we have been providing information about these parameters every week with the hope that it would be useful for all of you. The sunspot number this week is 87. SFI forecast ranges from 112 to 116 and A index ranges from 10 to 18. Every week, we have been broadcasting information about the history of radio stations and radio broadcasting across the world. And this week, we have information about radio broadcasting in Singapore. According to information available online, radio broadcasting in Singapore started in 1936, operating from a government building at Empress Place, the first city studio. In 1942, during the Japanese occupation, the radio station was operated by Japanese as Sionan Hoso Kyoku, and in 1946. With the end of World War II, the British once again assumed control and established Radio Malaya Singapore and the Federation of Malaya. In 1949, the cable radio service Rediffusion was launched and the radio station moved to Caldecott Hill, its new location. Programs are channeled by cable to Jurong from where they were transmitted. With the independence of the Federation of Malaya in 1957, a new radio station, Radio Singapore, was launched. Operating on the medium and shortwave bands, it offered 4 channels with programs in English, Malay, Tamil, and 7 Chinese dialects. The name of the station was changed to Radio Malaysia in 1963. Subsequently, in 1965, the name of the station was once again changed to Radio Television Singapore, RTS. Later in 1967, RTS started its FM services, FM 90.5, FM 94.2, FM 95.8, and FM 96.8. The name of the radio station in Singapore kept changing, and in 1980, it was once again renamed the Singapore Broadcasting Corporation, SBC. With the demand for programming increased among listeners, broadcasting hours increased from 8 to 18 every day. The 5 stations were renamed Radio 1 English, Radio 2 broadcast Malay, Radio 3 had Mandarin, Radio 4 had Tamil, and Radio 5 had classical music in 1982. In 2001, MediaCorp Radio, MCR, was established and Singapore Press Holdings launched WKRZ 91.3 and UFM 100.3. This is the journey of radio broadcasting in Singapore. There are a lot of happenings in radio stations across the world, and we try to bring you the latest every week. This week, we have information about the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. Commercial radio beats BBC in summer numbers for the first time since 1990s, reports The Guardian. According to a news item published in The Guardian, radio fans spent more time listening to commercial stations than British Broadcasting Corporation for the first part of the summer for the first time since the 1990s. The BBC's portfolio of radio stations, from Radio 1 to Radio 6, Music and the Asia Network, accounted for 48.1% of the almost 1 billion hours of total radio listened to by UK audiences in the 3 months to 26 June. Radio fans spent more time listening to commercial radio than BBC in the 3 months to the end of June. The last time the commercial radio industry led to the BBC in terms of share listening hours was in 1999, according to figures from radio industry measurement body Rajar, says The Guardian. Friends, we have come to the end of the program now. As in the past, I request you to send your listeners' logs, band scans, reception reports, views, program to dxsdiary@gmail.com. Please keep encouraging us by sending your reception reports regularly, and we will acknowledge your reception reports as early as possible with a QSL card. This is your friend Arun Kumar Narasimhan saying bye-bye. 73. Let's meet next week. Bye-bye.
Stand and drop to its knees. You make the wind perform a symphony. Everything was made for you. You make the mountains rise beyond the clouds. The blazing of the sun will not go out. Everything was made for you. You have made everything. Just one thing. You don't make me love you, I do. You don't make me trust you, I do. Maker of the stars, I gave you my heart. I gave you everything. You don't make me love you, I do. You don't make me trust you, I do. To impart the turning of my heart will forever be. You don't make me. With every breath you give, I'll give you praise. With every heartbeat, I will love your name. Everything was made for you. I was made like no one else will. Choose what I believe. Everything was made for you. You have made everything. There is just one thing. You don't make me love you, I do. You don't make me trust you, I do. Maker of the stars, I gave you my heart. I gave you everything. You don't make me love you, I do. You don't make me trust you, I do. The reason to impart the turning of my heart will forever be. You don't make me. Every blade of grass, every drop of rain, every single one that you have made, they will not compare to your love for me. But there is just one thing. You don't make me love you, I do. You don't make me trust you, I do. Maker of the stars, I gave you my heart. I gave you everything. You don't make me love you, I do. You don't make me trust you, I do. Reason to impart the turning of my heart will forever be. You don't make me. You don't make me.
Hello, I'm Sandy, and you are connected on KTWR. I am once again joined by my good friend Kelly. Thank you so much for being here with us, Kelly.
It is so great to be here with you.
We have been having a lot of conversations about what our past year looked like now that we're in 2023. But my big question, and the question that should always lead us forward into a new year, a new situation, is what do you feel most grateful for?
Well, it might sound a little cliche, but I really am so grateful for my family and for their health and for the fact that they're still around and the Lord has protected them. But it feels a little more poignant this year